Bars. To slightly pivot though, talk about relationships. What do you think about this? If a marriage, so I would say how I think. So of course, marriage is about till death do its part. Shit that day. We're supposed to be till we die together, type shit, or at least one of us die. So people would then say, if it fails, it's a failure. Or I personally don't really look at it that way. I feel like if it was for the most part, a healthy, loving relationship y'all poured into each other, then for whatever reason it didn't work out in the end, it was kind of like a amicable split, mutual agreement. Then it's like, all right, it failed, but I ain't gonna say it's a failure.
I wouldn't even say it failed.
Okay.
I would say it ran its course.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of what you said, I would just unpack because like that's like in large part my perspective. It's like when you think about a relationship or a marriage, when it comes to an end, people who are delusional about how these processes go feel like it's a failure. But if you understand that everybody is sent in your life to teach you something, you follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And like it could just be seasonal. Like that's a part of your growth and your development as to who you must become. You just like you can't disregard everything you learned, all the experiences you had just because it had an end date. Like it's great movies out there, but at the end they roll the credits. And no matter how much you like that movie, the fucking movie is over. And that's just how relationships and marriages tend to be. It's like you might have got a child out of it. Whatever you got out of it is what you walk away with. But you can't disregard everything it was. The only time I look at something as a waste of time, because that's what you hear more than anything. They're like, I wasted my time. It's a waste of time the moment you realize it's not going nowhere and you stay. Like if you in year 2 and you like, we don't got the same dreams, we don't got the same goal, we don't got the same vision, like we don't want the same amount of kids, like, but you stuck around for an extra 5 years hoping that something would change. You wasted an extra 5 years of your life because in year 2, it ran its course. Whatever it got y'all to year 2, the experiences, the funness, that's what got y'all there. But anything beyond that was a waste of time. But if y'all had a vision and it was like, yeah, we're going to do this for the first 5 years. And then at some point, something happened. It was a paradigm shift. And it was like, well, my vision has shifted. When your vision shifts, so does the people involved in the vision. So with that being the case, you can't say that as a failure. It just got to where it got to and it went the way it went. And you got the benefit to that is the experiences that you take with you, because you're never going to be the same person walking into the relationship and walking out of a relationship. You're going to be different, whether good or bad. There's going to be some changes that take place. So with that experience in alone, you can't say that it was a failure. It just ran its course. But what I think failed marriages are the ones that literally, I don't even know. I think the failure starts at the departure, like how y'all handled the split. Like if y'all could be mutually agreed to be like, yo, you still cool. I still got your best interest at heart. I still don't think it fell. It just ran its course. But it fails if the kids gotta suffer, if it's some type of collateral damages in court and this and abuse and stalking. That's a failed situation because it's like this shit ended catastrophically. But if it ended, it's just like, yo, we ain't really work. People running around saying it failed, but it's like, no, you ain't seen failure. Failure is ending up on child support, spousal alimony, this, that, and the third, restraining orders, fights. That's a fucking failure. But other than that, I just feel like it ran its course.
Yeah, because my mom said it's on site with you, so
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I seen her gun too. I'm like, you took it to the range. I'm like, the timing of this.
She
like,
said it's on site.
She just,
I have to be on her side. I'm sorry. Like, you my co-host. That's my mom.
and it's cool because I got her son right where I want him. What you talking about?
but
no, we don't condone that. But all in all, though, it was like, yeah.
No, I was about to say something. So when I was talking to her about, how me and her was recapping some of the topics we had on the episode recently, she asked me for Wolf.
Of course, always. Shout out to Miss Lena.
Right. And one of the things that she told me was, she said, my stepdad looks at their marriage as a failure. And she actually reminded me and him had that conversation. I forgot about it. And I was like, I said the same thing I just said now. I'm like, yeah, like, it's a failure. Like, I didn't go in there to be divorced. Like,
I can see that perspective.
And I was like, no, I look at shit like, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy it happened versus being upset that it ended type shit.
You said that before.
Yeah, so it was like, I just don't. And then when I asked her how she felt about it, she was like, no, I was aware he did feel that way because also he didn't want to initiate it. And I think also, especially when you're a man, you consider yourself the leader and you saw a vision for the relationship to be a certain way, and then you don't want to kind of like, damn, it ain't there. Fuck, I'd rather go somewhere else. He probably like, yeah, I failed to even get us to a certain point or whatever.
Yeah, I can see that.
But her counter was like, yeah, I don't look at it as a failure also because there's people who've been together for 20, 30, 50 years and not together and they have the love that we have.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are fortunate to have that perspective. We're like, no, like, we had however time together, it was a great, my best love ever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. That shit lasted for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah, that's
not a failure versus a marriage that doesn't end, but is trash or whatever. Like, yeah, you're not gonna say that's a success.
No, that's why I'm glad you even say that, because it comes down to how you gage in failure versus success. Like we can look at it like I went to college. but I didn't finish college. You know, like people would say, I dropped out. Somebody was like, yeah, I failed out of college. I was like, no, it was like I pivoted to entrepreneurship and became widely successful. And like, you know, that was my pathway. But college gave me resources, you know, it gave me opportunities to network and build and connections that I still have to this day. And people that went to college and succeeded and finished don't even use their degree for nothing. So it's like, and they ended up in all this student loan debt. So it's like really come down to how you gauge your success. But if you had a plan and you didn't get to execute, I still wouldn't say you failed, because he'd still probably executing his plan. He just pivoted with it because he got a new person that he's doing it with. So it really just comes down to, all right, me and you went as far as we could go. And it's just the whole college analogy. Like you went from here from 9th to 10th, from freshman to sophomore year, and then you transferred to a new university. You still gonna end up with your degree, which is the ultimate goal. Now, granted, within that vision, say they wanted to have kids or wanted to travel, like it's certain things that get left on the table. Because in the last couple relationships, well, I ain't been in that many to say the last couple, but just even my last two per se, like it was goals to like do certain things, like travel, do this, like X, Y, and Z. And it's like when you don't hit those milestones, it sucks. It's like, damn, like I wanted to actually do these things with you, but that don't mean that it was a failure because we didn't accomplish everything we set out to do. Look at all of the beautiful things that we were able to accomplish. You know what I mean? That's how you got to look at it. Like you always got to find the positive in it. But I guess he looking at it from a perspective where he like, you know, I said I wanted to be to death due, and we didn't make it till death due. But like you said, if it fucking sucks and it's like we fucking despise each other, that shit been dead. It's like all we doing is just living next to each other. Like, no, get me the fuck about it. I'll take a crispy, great 3-piece over a dreadful 10-piece any fucking day. Because who the fuck got 7 years to be miserable? No, movies, great movies, sometimes never had a sequel.
Absolutely.
Like, think of some of the greatest movies. Like, we never got a motherfucking, what movie I was just watching, they were saying they was thinking about doing a sequel and they didn't do it. Fuck. Man, there's a lot of classic
But
one-offs.
there's also many sequels you got that we did not need.
Yeah,